So the finals had its massive 10-day beta in late October, which came with so much praise from the community. It was so much fun and it had an insane 7.5 million total players, which is genuinely off the charts for a beta like this. And a lot of people are now asking, when is the finals actually launching? So that's what we're going to be going over and sort of speculating about and researching in today's video. If you are interested in the finals and you want to see more content, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. There is going to be a hell of a lot of content focusing on the finals right here on the channel, so make sure you don't miss out. But with that being said, let's get stuck right into it. So currently the short answer to this, and sort of the boring answer, is that nobody knows, at least not us in the general public. There is no official release date just yet, just a late 2023 timeframe, which, keep in mind, it is like a month until the end of 2023. So whether that holds true, we will just have to wait and see. Now, X-Defiant, another free-to-play shooter that is being released by Ubisoft, did initially have the same sort of time frame, having no actual release date, just a sort of late 2023 time frame, and that has seemingly been pushed back to 2024 now, at least from what we can tell. And so even though I am confident the finals can launch this year, there is every chance it also gets pushed back, because you've got to keep in mind these free-to-play games are coming up against the likes of Call of Duty, where even though there are a lot of complaints about Call of Duty, it is still going to be probably the highest selling game of the year once again. And so pushing a game back is probably not a bad thing for those sorts of companies. Now, with that being said, there are a few things that do point at it being well on track to launch this year, meaning we are potentially not too far away at all, because like I said, there's only about a month left. And so if we are on track, it's going to be launching, you would think, within the next few weeks. Firstly, Patrick Soderlund, who is one of the senior developers at Embark Studios that I sort of know from his time at DICE, mentioned something about the game being out, quote unquote, soon, just after the beta went live. Now, funnily enough, I can actually no longer find his Twitter account. Maybe I'm wrong that it was him who tweeted it. It was definitely an Embark Studios developer who said that the game was soon, but I could have sworn it was Patrick Soderlund. And now, like I said, I cannot actually find his Twitter account, so I can't actually show you guys that tweet unless one of my editors can pull off some absolute magic. But I literally just looked everywhere in the planning for this video and I could not find his Twitter account. So my source for this sort of information is just Trust Me Bro, which is the most annoying thing that I always like to have sources for when I'm, talking about something that a developer said. This one, you're just going to have to trust me that I definitely saw some of the developers saying the game was coming soon. I just cannot for the life of me find that tweet anymore. On top of that, there then has also been some really positive comments from community team members in the finals Discord server, where they've confirmed the game is on track, and that's really all they said. They didn't actually say any release date, but as I mentioned, the game's initial release window was late 2023. So when the community team members are saying that it's on track, we just have to assume they mean on track for late 2023. Now, despite all of those sort of positive comments saying that the game seems like it's on track, which would obviously, like I said, mean that it's going to be releasing in December, there is a part of this that kind of concerns me, and that is that Embark Studios is based in Stockholm, Sweden, and something that we know about Swedish developers. I've spent a lot of time around the Battlefield community, who are obviously developed by DICE, who are also based in Stockholm. They always take a really large break over the Christmas period, and I don't think that's just a DICE thing. I think that is sort of a big tradition in Sweden. It's not just game developers, it's like a big thing over there that over Christmas they have kind of like a month off, and from what I know, that is some sort of like tradition over in Sweden. Please do correct me if I'm wrong, but I just know that from every single year with any DICE game, and it has been the same with other like Swedish based developers too, that they kind of always announce, hey, we're having a big, a month off over the Christmas period, so we'll be back after that. So if that is the case, it doesn't really make sense to launch the game in December when they're just going to be having like a month off during essentially the most critical part of the game's launch, that being the whole month after you launch it. You've got to be really active in trying to fix any issues, because obviously I would say the first month of any game is the most crucial part. If you launch the game completely busted, but you've just then gone and taken a month off, the game's going to be dead by the time you come back. So unless they're planning to not do that, or like I said, maybe I'm just wrong and maybe that is just a DICE thing, but I could have sworn that is like a kind of a Swedish tradition in a way, that they just have a big holiday season over there. Then yeah, maybe then they're planning to just not do that this year because they're launching the game or something. I'm not really too sure there, but that definitely has me a little bit concerned, because like I said, every game that I've ever seen launched from a studio in Sweden, they always seem to have a big period off when it comes to the Christmas period. It does also slightly concern me that the game did definitely need just a little bit more polishing done to it. I thought it was in a really good state. It was really fun, and there was nothing that was really really game breaking when it came to the beta. There were mostly just a few like audio bugs, and there were some sort of gameplay related bugs too. There were also only 3 server regions, meaning a lot of people had quite a bit of lag, myself included. And yeah, there was definitely just still a little bit of work that did need to be done, mostly on those smaller elements. So it's not going to be, you know, game ruining if they launch it in that state, but you would think that they'd want to take the time to get it really polished, because obviously the launch of a game is the most important part when it comes to a multiplayer first-person shooter. And I don't know if they will have enough time between when the beta was, which was late October, and then launching in December, because I also don't think that they would launch late in December, simply because that is too close to Christmas. Even if, like I said, they're not taking a big time off over Christmas, you surely wouldn't be launching on like the 22nd of December or something like that. So if it is launching in December, I'm going to guess it's going to be more on the early side, somewhere in the first 10 or so days of December. And if that's the case, they've really only had about a month between beta and the actual launch, and I'm not too sure that is enough time to get a lot of those issues fixed. So those are just a few concerns for me in terms of just the amount of time they need, as well as, like I said, the potential of them having a bunch of time off over Christmas. And that is really my only concern, because like I said, everything else points at the game launching and being well on track and everything like that. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Like I said, I do think it is a really good chance of launching in December, just because everything we've heard, like I said, pretty much shows it is on track. Even the people who work at Embark are pretty much saying it's coming soon and it's traveling well and all that kind of thing. And I don't know why they would say that when that turnaround is pretty damn quick. It's not like they're saying it's on track for the middle of next year, because they've got a bit of leeway if they say that. When you're saying it's on track for like this month, you don't have much time to be saying that and then getting everything fixed. So you would think that they are well on track, but then like I said, I won't be completely shocked if it does get pushed back. And to be honest, even if it does, I do think that's fine anyway. Like, I do want the game pretty much as soon as possible, because I want something to play. I'm pretty much bored of Modern Warfare 3 already, but I'm always happy for developers to take their time and get the game right. So I won't be shocked if it does get pushed back, but like I said, it does seem as though we are probably only a few weeks away from launch, provided nothing insane happens anyway. But that is pretty much it for today's video. I'm keen to hear all of your thoughts, guys, depending on, you know, when you think the game's launching, if you think it is going to be soon, or if you're a little bit more concerned like me and you think it may potentially be pushed back. Be sure to let me know down in the comment section. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you all out there on the battlefield.